Hello and welcome to the second semi-final of the ESL It Is War 3. This is game one between Spectre over here in the Marines, in the very campaign colours of the Blood Ravens, and then Risum on the other side, also as the Marines, in the Dark Templar colours. So this is actually labelled as Game 2 on the replay that I have, but I was not provided a replay that was called Game 1. So as far as I'm concerned, this is Game 1, and then there was a Game 2. A Game 3, I mean. So if both players win a game, then we need to assume one of them won the first game. So first thing, heroes, kill team, Gabriel, venerable, very standard. Assuming that this isn't balked, both of them have the same one, which is very good. You obviously can't see the doctrines for Risum. Scouts over here doing a scouty thing. So both players started with the barracks, very standard. So far, Spectre has gone straight into the 2 Assault Marines, which is, I believe, the more standard player, as Risum is going with the more utility-based Scouts first into the Assault Marines. You also have a little difference in the barracks placement. This barracks is just placed slam, random, wherever. This barracks, I've seen, I believe it was Risum who did this before, I assume it was, who placed it on this wall so that you can actually reinforce from down here, which is very nice. I very much like this. Some scouts running around the middle of the map. Assault Marines hitting this point. And so far, very basic early game. Not much of clashing of anywhere. There is the second Assault Marines coming down. So you have 2 Assault Marines versus 2 Assault Marines. Scouts coming in. Stun there onto that. The Servitor actually picking up some damage here. Both banners are going down. This shield generator is also giving some point. The Servitor is just not dying. There's only scouts here doing the damage. And you can see from the health bars that this push is going pretty well. But now that the scouts have sort of set up, if that Assault Marine can get away, this would be very good. But if that dies, this is a big win, honestly, from Spectre. And he does get that kill. Now Scouts versus 2 Assault Marines, and we don't see any other Assault Marines coming out from Risum. Spectre now has quite a big lead because he has more of the power tools. These Scouts being out here is very useful for making your other Scouts more powerful. Well, making your Assault Marines more powerful. But they on themselves are not going to be doing a large amount of damage. The listening post is up, however, from Risum, which is going to give him at least somewhere that is a bit more stable. But 3 Assault Marine squads can take out listening posts, I believe. The second Assault Marine squad here is now up. But that still puts him behind. And Spectre is now getting his own scouts. This is not going to go well. That's not going to die. And now we have the kill team's going to come down. This is now, you know, the sort of the absolute early game is now over. I don't know if you'd. I think I'd still call this early game, but I've been thinking recently about where the phases sort of end in this, because you can't go straight with escalation phases, because escalation phases, you know, you don't want to call late game 30 minutes if, you know, no game's really going to get to 30 minutes. You know, often 15 minutes gets to sort of the late game. But the very early game has stopped. So this listening point getting pushed down looked pretty safe at first. But he's actually lost an Assault Marine squad there because Assault Marines managed to defend that kill team. With 2 low Assault Marine squads now, he's going to have to back off without actually doing any important damage. I think there was a bit of a problem with focus. The focus of Spectre's army was a little bit split in that. Oh, he's going to get some points now as Risum has backed off. That's going to make it a lot more worth it. Needs to be careful pulling back some of these scout squads to make sure they don't get picked up. Sending his Assault Marine squads to get healed up, and he now has a very slight edge in terms of his resources with this middle point up here, giving him a requisition point, which Risum does not have.
The foe would destroy a requisition generator.
So this guy's going to get knocked down now by these injured squads on their way back to get healed up. Didn't really do any damage.
We are battling a weak enemy force. Southward.
But now, after these fights, they've sort of ended up evening out. Spectre still does have the advantage. He still has held on to the 1 Assault Marine advantage, from what I can see. But this kill team could get caught out pretty badly here. That was a missed jump, unfortunately, but he gets the combat down. The big slow grenade's going to go in, but an easy jump going to be on the back of the kill team there. So this model getting this far out is pretty good for him. It means that 1 model will pretty much definitely survive. He's going to need to send that back and get healed now. Now, unfortunately, those shots actually gave away that he was there, but he might have been able to get a sort of bait there with Risum trying to push onto the shield generator. So an arsenal actually coming out from Risum. I very much like this move. I'm wondering what he's going to do with it, though. Is he going to try and push for the armor upgrades in tier 3, or is he going to go for the infantry upgrades? He's actually queued up both infantry upgrades with all of his power, and lost his power generators over here to some scouts. I'm not sure about that as a move. This is sort of going quite all in on your early game units, when I think teching to tier 2 seems like a much better option, because I'm assuming Spectre's going to hit tier 2, he's going to get out his machine cult, and he's going to start teching into land speeders and eventually some dreads. And once he has those, these Assault Marines, no matter how upgraded they are going to start to not be as useful. The land speeders' mobility will be able to horribly out micro them from Spectre's side, and the Dreadnought's power just won't mind if there are some Assault Marines down there. So this bottom point going down again, which is very good for Spectre, as this is the more important point to hold on the map. This back point getting knocked down as well, and another group of scouts going up from Spectre up here to push this. Unfortunately, the listing post will push just the scouts away. These Assault Marines getting caught out without a jump to get out. Is that? Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's sort of throwing them away. That makes this trade not worth it, because slowing down his requisition income at this point for an assault squad, not sure how good that is really, because now you have given the army advantage to Risum. He actually doesn't seem to have another assault squad. He just has these 2, so he's actually just evened it up, but he's evened it up for no reason. Now the attack is going to go up here onto the top shield generator, which is looking good for him. The reinforcements will come up to stop this. 1 squad is going to stay down here, clean out this scout squad. Unfortunate. I wonder if he will continue to go for this shield generator after that. Sort of forgotten about them slightly. So the stun hits from the scouts first. I think that stun was perhaps slightly preemptive, but he's desperately trying to keep this alive. I'm falling over my words. He didn't get into the shield generator very fast, but he did get in there late enough. Flags going down from both sides, and the flamethrowers hit into the shield. The Assault Marines can run into the shield, so the shield does keep the generator alive, but it doesn't actually help in the fight much. 2 Scout Marine squads coming down. I'm interested that he didn't try to slam the Scout squads on anyone. He could have slammed one on the back team and one in there and then ran the scouts out. I'm not sure how much damage the scouts would have taken. And this shield generator is now entirely open again. This kill team around the back is getting shaked off, but he shouldn't be too worried about even getting the generator. That being so low, he can run an assault marine squad in there at any time and just finish it off. This kill team is now in quite a bad position, being chased by these 2 assault squads. As soon as they have some jumps, they can take this out. They're actually going to get pulled back. Servitor coming down here to set up the bubble. Just trying to do a little bit of micro to stop the assault marines doing damage. He'll then probably send something up here to kill these. And then we'll head down here afterwards to take these guys out. Maybe split them up. Maybe that's where the scouts will go. I think he might be over-attacking this point. The scout's actually leaving the shield for a little bit there. But assault marine's going to be in there. The flamethrower from the kill team will get on there. Assault marines here from Risum now changes this maths entirely. He's probably going to have to move back now. And the shield generator is open. He's killed all the scouts. If he focused that, he could take that down now. He's getting the jumps back in from his assault marines. He's actually jumping over them to take out the shield generator. I feel like that's a little bit of an all-in move. He could have stunned the assault marines and then focused it. He's now jumping out with his kill team, which is a good play. He's going to have to try and get out with these assault marines, or he's going to be quite far down. But he does have, as I said, his machine co up, and he does have the money to start producing a land speeder as soon as he gets down to that. The scouts push down here, it seems, to get some more points out, and now he can get his Gabriel Angelos out, your boy Ufa. He should be, with the destruction of that shield generator, actually an elite ahead, which means that he can now, even with this lower army, take some of the power back, especially with the fact that he's going to have land speeders coming out soon. Whereas back in Risum space, we can see that he's only going for this extra tech. And the land speeder and Gabriel set now is going to be really good. These assault marines can just do nothing to this land speeder, and Risum agrees. He's going to throw in the towel for this game after seeing the faster tech coming out from Spectre.